Hello everyone, this is Chase the Channel. My name is Kirill and we talk about watches here. Today we have an interesting comparison of two divers from Orient. They are almost identical but the material is different. We can encounter similar things with luxury Swiss brands Rolex, Patek Philippe, where the same model can be made in titanium and in platinum, for example. Here we have a steel diver and a titanium diver, almost identical. Let's see what the differences are between them after all, and which one is better. And you can purchase both models at my store chasterclub.com. Links will be in the description. So here are both models. Well, they're almost identical, meaning from a distance you wouldn't even notice the difference. Right away, of course, up close, a small difference in color catches the eye. It is there. If on the left, the steel version has both the bezel insert and the dial in black, really specifically black, then here, with the titanium one, well, the color is more graphite-like, dark gray, and upon closer inspection, this difference is felt. However, from afar, well, maybe many won't even notice the differences. At the same time, the form factor is absolutely identical. That is, the shape, angles, bevels, the textured bezel, the crown, all the same, but the materials are different. So on the left is steel and its shiny sparkling polish, while on the right is dark gray titanium, also with a satin finish, but still not without polished parts. Accordingly, there are no particular differences here either. Well, the case back, Orient Star, information that this is Japanese made, sapphire glass of course, water resistance, and titanium. Yes, here the water resistance level is 200 meters for both models, and 200 meters are certified both here and there. This is confirmed by the inscription Divers 200 meters on the dial. And for the steel version, we have a glossy case back, and the information is basically all the same. That is Japanese origin and so on and so forth. The watches themselves are a reference to the diver from 1964. This is one of the company's first divers. And we had a green version on review, now a dark version. That is the dial, indices, hands. Here everything is the same. We only see the titanium inscription on the right, and otherwise absolutely no differences. Even the mechanisms inside are the same, F6 and 47. This is a 50-hour power reserve, which we see indicated. The crown is screwed down naturally, meaning we unscrew it, start winding, and see how the power reserve hand begins to move towards 25 and 50. Next, quick date change is in the next position clockwise, and then the stop seconds, and we change the time. Yes, of course, the shape of the hands may remind someone of Swiss brands. But what can you do? They inspire each other. And overall, this diver from Orient is not a common story. That is, after all, Orient Star is a sub-brand that primarily offers elegant watches, classic for a suit and so on and so forth. But to actually find an Orient Star diver, that's not an easy task. At the same time, the titanium diver is of course lighter, but it feels about the same. That is, on the dial, absolutely identical indication. But the color, of course, this graphite dark gray looks extremely interesting, very pleasing. And by the way, this is a completely Japanese version. That is, the titanium, the version in titanium is intended only for the Japanese market. That is, it comes with the RK reference. Another point is that the steel version in our review is presented with the RE reference, meaning it's for external markets. But at the same time, you can also find this model with a Japanese reference there, RK, RN. That is, in principle, if you see Orient with a different letter in the second place, then it's basically the same. That is, the models are simply designed for different sales markets, but there are no more differences in them. As befits a watch with diver certification, everything here with luminescence is at an excellent level. It reads superbly, no questions. Model on the wrist, starting with the stainless steel version. The dimensions are identical for them, height 49.6 millimeters, diameter 41 millimeters, thickness 14.5 millimeters. That is, here, of course, the thickness is quite substantial visually and by the numbers. And the bracelet with a combination of finishes, clasp. Not only is there a fastener, but there's also a diver's extension. It looks like this. I think many know what it is, but still most people are unlikely to use it. These watches. More likely, people will buy them for civilian use, for use in the city, although they are also suitable for diving. And by the way, regarding diving, I would like to clarify that for the steel version, it also comes with such an additional strap. It's made of silicone, and if you really want to go to the sea with divers watches, then the steel version, as you can see, is prepared for this. The titanium version does not have such a strap in the package. Meanwhile, the steel version is heavier. On the metal bracelet, the weight in stock is 175 grams, while for titanium, it is 113 grams. Yes, titanium has drawbacks, like it might scratch more easily or fingerprints are more visible, and so on. But it is, of course, significantly lighter. And steel, it's heavy, hefty, and feels substantial on the wrist. I think it's no secret, I've already mentioned this, that such watches are primarily bought for city use, and it's quite convenient. That is, they have a well-readable dial, their reliability is at an excellent level, and they look good. Many even divers with suits wear them. But of course, these are rare cases. Still, it's everyday use, even with a sporty style, quite suitable. It also looks fine on a bare wrist, and with some sweaters, particularly in winter, autumn, and so on. The appearance is quite calm and unassuming. In conclusion, I can say that it's very interesting how Orient made almost identical models in different materials. Сталь Titan, steel and titanium, both have their advantages and disadvantages. Titanium is lighter, titanium is stronger. Steel, meanwhile, for example, comes with this additional strap included. Steel probably gets less dirty, scratches less, I think. But both are practical watches with good mechanical components, with an excellent appearance. The bezels, of course, also rotate. Everything is done in a diver style here. By the way, in the steel version, it's significantly tighter. Here, I'm turning it now. The titanium one, I hardly exert any effort. That is, you see, it moves easily like some kind of volume knob in a car or on a radio. But here I really have to exert effort. With the steel version, an interesting difference. And yes, the differences here can be noted as the tightness of the bezel, colors, the titanium inscription, and the material itself. Otherwise, the watches are identical, and of course, their price differs. For now, we have both versions available. If one of them caught your eye, then follow the links in the description. In the end, I would like to know your opinion, which of the divers you liked more. Be sure to write about it in the comments, and if you like this video, then like it and subscribe to the channel. That's all. Goodbye, everyone.